The future of IT jobs in the UK 2026. Top skills, trends, and high-paying opportunities. What if I told you that right now, today, over 70% of UK businesses cannot find the tech talent they desperately need? That is not a small gap. That is a wide open door. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly which skills are walking through that door straight into six-figure salaries, which jobs are about to disappear, and how an ordinary person sitting at home in the UK can position themselves to win big in 2026. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know more about where UK tech careers are heading than most recruiters do. Let us start with the big picture, because context matters here. The UK technology sector is currently valued at around £1.2 trillion. That makes it the largest tech hub in the whole of Europe. This is not a niche industry anymore. It is woven into healthcare, finance, retail, logistics, manufacturing, government, almost everywhere you look. Digital transformation used to be a buzzword thrown around in boardrooms. Now it is simply how business gets done, and that transformation needs people to build it, secure it, and keep it running. Here is the uncomfortable truth, though. While demand for tech talent keeps climbing, the supply of qualified people is not keeping up. More than half of UK firms say they struggle to fill entry-level digital roles. Over a third of employers point to skill shortages as their single biggest hiring headache. This sounds like bad news for businesses, but flip it around and it is fantastic news for you. A shortage means leverage. It means employers competing for your attention instead of the other way around. It means salary negotiations tilt in your favor. So let us break down exactly where that leverage is strongest. Number one on our list, and honestly it is not close, is artificial intelligence and machine learning. AI has moved past the experimental phase. It is no longer something companies are testing in a side project. It is embedded into core products and daily operations across fintech, healthcare technology, retail, and professional services. According to industry tracking, AI-related job postings are growing at a rate more than 3 times faster than the average job posting. 3 times faster. Within this category, the specific skills employers want include machine learning engineering, large language model integration, AI model optimization and deployment, prompt engineering, AI governance, and something called ML Ops, which is essentially the operational backbone that keeps AI systems running reliably in production. If you already know Python, this is your golden ticket, because Python remains the most requested programming language in UK job listings, largely because of its dominance in AI, data science, and automation. But here is a subtlety most career advice misses. Employers are not just looking for people who can build a clever model. They want people who understand how to deploy AI responsibly and at scale, people who can speak both the technical language and the commercial language. If you can walk into an interview and talk about not just how a model works, but how it creates measurable value and how it is governed safely, you instantly separate yourself from 90% of other candidates. Number 2, cloud computing. This is the quiet giant of the UK tech jobs market. The majority of UK businesses have either fully migrated to the cloud or are actively in that process right now. That creates enormous sustained demand for cloud-skilled professionals. Roles like solutions architect, cloud engineer, and cloud DevOps engineer are consistently among the highest paying, most frequently advertised positions in the entire IT sector. If you are choosing between AWS and Microsoft Azure certifications, here is a simple way to decide. Azure tends to dominate enterprise and public sector environments, the kind of large established organizations you find across government and big corporates. AWS tends to be more common in tech-forward, startup-style companies. Look at the kind of company culture you want to work in, and let that guide your certification choice. Number 3, and this one should not surprise anyone who reads the news, is cybersecurity. Cyber attacks are increasing in both frequency and sophistication, and UK regulatory requirements around data protection keep tightening. That combination means organizations are pouring money into security talent, and the numbers back it up. Cybersecurity jobs have grown by double digits in a single year, and the sector now employs tens of thousands of full-time professionals across the UK. If you are starting out, CompTIA Security Plus is a respected entry point. If you want to move into ethical hacking and penetration testing, the Certified Ethical Hacker credential opens that door. And if you are aiming for a senior security leadership role down the line, CISSP is considered the gold standard. There is also rising demand for the Microsoft SC200 certification, which focuses on security operations in enterprise environments. Number 4, data and AI governance. This is a newer category, and it is growing fast precisely because AI adoption created a gap between experimentation and responsible implementation. Companies built AI tools quickly, and now they need people who understand the risk, compliance, and ethical implications of those tools. The UK's data governance market is projected to keep expanding at a remarkable pace for the next decade. Salaries for data governance professionals average around £52,000, rising well above £90,000 in senior positions. AI ethics research roles, meanwhile, typically pay between £41,000 and £76,000. If you have a mix of analytical thinking and an interest in policy or compliance, this is a corner of the market with far less competition than the flashier AI engineering roles, but with very real earning potential. Number 5, full stack and software development. Despite all the AI headlines, good old-fashioned software engineering has not gone anywhere. Full stack developer roles have grown by nearly 20% in recent years because of their versatility across both front-end and back-end systems. Startups and fintech companies in particular love full stack talent because it lets a lean team move fast without hiring 5 specialists for every project. If you want a skill that keeps you employable across almost any industry, full stack development remains one of the safest long-term bets in UK tech. Number 6, UX and UI design alongside AI product management. As companies invest more in digital product experience, demand for UX and UI professionals is strengthening. The median salary for these roles sits around £60,000, climbing past £150,000 for senior specialists. At the same time, AI product management has emerged as its own discipline. A large majority of product leaders now plan to expand their AI investment, which means they need managers who can translate technical machine learning capability into a product people actually want to use. This role blends technical literacy with communication skills, and it is becoming a genuine career path rather than a side responsibility tacked onto another job title. Now let us talk money, because that is probably why a lot of you clicked on this video. Cloud architects and senior DevOps engineers can expect strong 6-figure packages at the top end. Cybersecurity specialists, especially those with penetration testing or senior compliance expertise, command some of the most lucrative packages in the entire IT sector, and contract roles in this space often pay even higher daily rates than permanent positions, though without the pension and benefits that come with permanent employment. UX and product design leadership can comfortably clear £110,000. AI and machine learning specialists, particularly those with several years of applied experience, are seeing some of the fastest salary growth of any tech category in the country. Let us also talk about where these jobs actually are geographically, because location still matters even in a hybrid working world. London remains the dominant force, pulling in global tech giants and ambitious startups across AI, fintech, and software engineering. But do not write off the rest of the country. Emerging tech clusters are growing fast outside the capital, especially in the Southwest, which is projected to add well over 100,000 new tech jobs, driven heavily by environmental and marine technology sectors. The Midlands has also shown steady growth as confidence returns to the broader hiring market. So if London's cost of living puts you off, there are genuinely strong alternatives opening up. Now, here is something I think gets overlooked in most of these career trend videos. Hybrid and remote work is not a perk anymore. It is an expectation, and it is reshaping how people choose jobs. Recent polling of UK tech professionals found that flexibility has actually overtaken salary as the #1 reason people switch jobs, with more than a third citing remote or hybrid arrangements as their main motivation for moving roles. Think about what that means strategically. If you are negotiating an offer in 2026, flexibility is now a bargaining chip every bit as powerful as base pay. Do not leave it on the table. There is also a major structural shift happening in how employers evaluate candidates. The market is moving towards skills-first hiring. That means practical, demonstrable ability is increasingly valued over a traditional degree or a long list of credentials. If you are self-taught, if you learned through boot camps, online courses, or building your own projects, this shift works in your favor. Employers want proof you can do the job, not just proof you sat through a course. Build a portfolio. Contribute to open source projects. Document real work you have done. That now often carries more weight than a certificate on a wall. Let me give you something practical you can act on immediately. The most competitive professionals in 2026 are not narrow specialists in just one tool or one language. They are what the industry calls T-shaped. That means broad working knowledge across the wider IT landscape, combined with deep, genuine expertise in one specific area. A cloud engineer who also understands security fundamentals and can write solid scripts is far more valuable than someone who only knows cloud infrastructure in isolation. So as you plan your learning path this year, do not just go deep in one lane. Build that broad base underneath your specialism too. One more practical tip before we wrap up. A growing number of UK tech employers now build professional development budgets directly into their benefits packages, covering certification costs, online learning subscriptions, and conference attendance. Here's the part most candidates do not realize. This is often negotiable, and it is rarely offered up front. If you receive a job offer and training budget is not mentioned, ask for it directly during the negotiation stage. It costs you nothing to ask, and it could mean thousands of pounds in funded learning over your first year. So where does all of this leave us heading toward the rest of 2026 and beyond? Expect AI integration to deepen across nearly every business function, not just dedicated tech teams. Expect sustainability and green technology roles to keep expanding as the UK pushes toward its net zero commitments, creating crossover opportunities between traditional engineering and digital skills. Expect hybrid working to remain the standard rather than the exception. And expect the gap between candidates who proactively build AI literacy alongside their core technical skill versus those who do not to widen significantly. The professionals who thrive will not necessarily be the ones who know the most today. They will be the ones who keep learning the fastest as the landscape keeps shifting underneath all of us. If there is one single takeaway from everything we have covered, it is this. The UK tech market in 2026 rewards adaptability over comfort. Pick a lane, whether that is AI, cloud, cybersecurity, governance, or full stack development, go deep in it, but never stop building breadth around it. The opportunity in front of UK tech professionals right now is genuinely one of the strongest in years, but it will not wait around for the hesitant. That is everything you need to know about where UK IT jobs are heading in 2026. If this video helped you see a clearer path forward, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need to hear this. Drop a comment below telling me which skill from this list you are focusing on this year. I read every single one and I will reply. And if you want more breakdowns like this on tech careers, salaries, and where the smart money is moving, subscribe to my channel so you do not miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe to my channel.